Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we're talking about the second Doctor Who 60th anniversary special, Wild Blue Yonder. Real quick, let me just say that I enjoyed the Star Beast, and if you want me to make a review of that special, let me know in the comments. But I will be sprinkling in some commentary about the Star Beast through this video as well. So I was pretty excited when I found out that David Tennant and Catherine Tate were coming back to Doctor Who under Russell T Davies, and I think that the Star Beasts did a good job of really justifying that excitement, and I feel like Wild Blue Yonder really showed why this is a really exciting time to be a Doctor Who fan. In the last Doctor Who special, we saw that Donna caused the TARDIS to go haywire after she poured a cup of coffee in the TARDIS console. It was really a funny way to end the Star Beast because, of course, things had to go wrong. And this set up a perfect start to their new official first adventure, I'll say. So, Wild Blue Yonder starts off pretty interesting because we have a cold open that opens in 1666 at the exact moment that Sir Isaac Newton is about to coin the term gravity. And I love this exchange between the Doctor, Donna, and Sir Isaac Newton, where they accidentally coin the term before he does, but then he doesn't hear them correctly, so then he ends up calling it Mavity, which makes for a pretty funny, if corny, joke following the opening credits. But, I appreciated the dedication to that joke, to that bit, and I also kind of love how it fakes out the audience, because the rest of Wild Blue Yonder is not really this jovial tone that we get from this opening scene here, and so I really love that it fakes out the audience, and you really don't know what you're in for when we come back from the opening credits. So, as the episode begins, the Doctor and Donna find themselves on an unnamed spaceship, and the Doctor later realizes that this spaceship has fallen through a wormhole and is actually at the edge of the universe. There is nothing there. There's not even light because they're so far away that light has yet to reach them. As for the spaceship, there seems to be nobody on board except for this robot that is walking down a long hallway very slowly as these very cryptic messages come over the ship's intercom system. Although there's seemingly no danger to be found on this spaceship, the TARDIS activates its hostile action displacement system and disappears, leaving the Doctor and Donna behind. I love the initial reactions of the Doctor and Donna once they realize they have no way of getting home. 15 years ago, this wouldn't have been as much of a problem. Donna loved traveling with the Doctor, and she had the utmost faith in him and his abilities. But now she has something to worry about. She's got this family that she has made for herself, and she has the very significant worry that she might not be able to go back to this life that she is turning out to really, really love. And the gravity of traveling with the Doctor and the risks that accompany that choice are definitely not taken lightly here. The Doctor is really able to comfort her in this moment. There's been a lot of talk about how similar the 14th Doctor is to the 10th Doctor. I don't think there was any reality where David Tennant would come back to Doctor Who and play the role too differently to the way that he did it last time. But in my opinion, I think Tennant is playing a more mature version of the 10th Doctor. We saw in the Star Beast how quick the 14th Doctor was to express admiration for people like Donna and Wilf, even. And, this is someone that has loved and lost over billions of years since we last saw Donna, and he isn't taking what he's lost for granted. He's there to reassure Donna because he knows that's what she needs in the moment, and he's no longer embarrassed to show that affection and give the people that he's traveling with what it is that they need from him at that time. So they roam the ship and they find a room filled with drawers of baseplate repetition filaments, which need to be moved in order to get the ship back up and running. And so the Doctor and Donna split up and work on getting the ship functional again. Here we have our introduction to the villains of the episode, the Not Things. We get a really chilling scene here as we have the Doctor and Donna having two different conversations with each other at the exact same time, with no explanation as to how that's possible. The way that the scene is edited is it's edited in such a way that it feels like time is kind of being manipulated, and it makes you feel a little bit uneasy. And then once you realize that they're talking to copies of one another, then the eeriness of the scene and what's going to play out over the course of the rest of the episode really sets in, and I think it's really an effective editing choice here. There's been a lot of comparisons between this episode and the 2008 Doctor Who episode Midnight, which was also written by Russell T Davies. I think those comparisons are fair. In both cases, we're dealing with entities whose origins are unknown, and in both cases, these entities grow stronger the more they learn about the person that they're trying to copy. Where I think these two episodes differ is in their intentions. So, in the Wild Blue Yonder, I really feel the focus is on the dangers of AI and allowing the technology we use to know too much about us. Whereas in Midnight, I feel the focus is about the fear of the unknown and how human beings treat each other under uncertain and terrifying circumstances. And I think that that's an important distinction to make because I think while both episodes are relevant to the times that we're living in, I do think they're doing different things that should be appreciated on their own merit. I think the strength of Wild Blue Yonder is on the performance of David Tennant and Catherine Tate. They do a great job portraying these very eerie not things, while at the same time really selling the fear that the Doctor and Donna are feeling about their encounter with the not things. We really get some great emotional beats from both David Tennant and Catherine Tate in this episode. One of the greatest moments in the episode is when the Donna Copy is trying to emotionally manipulate the doctor into letting his guard down by bringing up the fact that he doesn't know where he comes from, he doesn't know if he's a Time Lord, and also the fact that he essentially let the entire world get destroyed by the flux. On the other hand, we have Catherine Tate dealing with the fact that, as I said, she may not get home and be able to rejoin her family, which is something that she now is really in need of and is very proud of, because when we last saw Donna, she wanted to save the world. She wanted to be this amazing person that was saving lives and taking names, and now this family is enough for her. A quiet life in her town is enough for her, and she is heartbroken at the fact that she may not be able to return to it. And I just think that both of these actors give great performances that the entire episode essentially rests on. I know there's been a lot of talk about Russell T Davies having the Doctor mention the events of Flux and the Timeless Child story arcs, and whether or not that was going to be a good call. And I personally think it is. I really like that the Doctor expressed remorse for half the universe getting destroyed because of the flux, and I know that a lot of people wanted that to be the end of it, but I'd honestly be okay if Russell T Davies wrote his own ending to that arc. I think it's weird to leave it unfinished, and I think under a more capable writer that we could have something that, even if it changes the origins of the Doctor's birth, wouldn't necessarily undermine who the Doctor is at their core. One of the things that I really felt the Star Beast was missing was one of those moments where the Doctor comes to a realization about how to foil the villain's plan. Yes, we get the scene where the Doctor realizes that Rose Noble absorbed some of the metacrisis, and that was why she knew how to turn off the sun emitters, but I wanted something that was more of the big reveal we're used to in Doctor Who. And I know a lot of people hate it when the Doctor acts like the smartest person in the room, but I've always loved it, especially from David Tennant. And so I was really glad that we get this big scene as the Doctor is trying his hardest not to think and give the not things more power, but then he just can't help himself, and he has this burst of knowledge that he just spouts at everybody. I think it was absolutely hilarious. Then we get to our conclusion where the Doctor and Donna have nearly beaten the Not Things, but the Doctor chooses incorrectly and lets the Donna copy into the TARDIS. If there was one criticism I have of the episode, it's this right here. This moment really didn't work for me because I didn't think for a second that Donna was in any danger. Russell undid the metacrisis because he felt it was an unfair fate for Donna. He wasn't just going to kill her in the next episode. And I think it would have been interesting for the Doctor copy to get away with the real Donna without her knowing, but I'm not quite sure how that would work for the next special. So then we get into the TARDIS. We get some vulnerability between the Doctor and Donna that's actually real this time, and I think Tennant really sells just how much time has passed since they last saw each other. It's been 15 years for Donna, but it's actually been billions of years for the Doctor. They've experienced so much in that time that is hard to condense in more than a few words that he's able to give Donna. And I think that scene works really well because Donna still understands that a lot of stuff has gone down and that the Doctor has really experienced probably a lot of hardship since they last met. And I just think that that is something that none of his other companions would have really considered. So then they land, and we get the cameo that everyone's been waiting for as we see Wilf again for the first time in 15 years. Now, Russell has said on Instagram that this is the only scene that Bernard Cribbins was able to film, which is disappointing because I wanted to see him have more interactions with David Tennant in the next special, but I think what we got was very touching. I also found it pretty funny that we get this touching scene that lasts for about 30 seconds or so, and then Wilf basically is like, "Oh yeah, and the world is ending. Please save us, Doctor." I just thought that was super funny and a great way to play that end scene into the next special. And it was really, really great to see Bernard, and I wish we could have gotten more, but I'm glad this is where we're leaving him. All in all, I thought this was a great episode. It shows the lengths that Russell T Davies is willing to go to in this new era. He isn't playing it safe, and he knows how to write material that plays to the strengths of his lead actors. And I am super excited for this final special. It's going to be very sad to say goodbye to David and Catherine again, but I'm very excited to see what Ncuti brings to the table, and I'm very excited for this new era of Doctor Who. So, what did you guys think of Wild Blue Yonder? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.